Today we are going to talk about the classification and distribution of aves, particularly Palaeognathae and Neoegnathae. Kingdom Animalia. These set of animals have been rightly classified under Kingdom Animalia because of the presence of the cells which possess movement and centrosome along with several other characters. Phylum Chordata. This classification is done on the basis of presence of notochord which is persistent throughout lifetime. Group Vertebrata. Group Vertebrata shows the presence of vertebral column which is there throughout lifetime for the protection of notochord of the animal. Subphylum Gnathostomata. Subphylum Gnathostomata includes the animals having jaw with mouth, that is what the name suggests. Gnathos meaning jaw and stomium meaning mouth. Class Aves. The class of the animals with the power of flight is called as aves. They can also be characterized by saying feather clad, air breathing, warm blooded, oviparous and bipedal flying vertebrates. Subclass Neoegnathae. This class of birds is classified under the birds which are modern and of post-Jurassic period. Their wings are well developed for flight with few exceptions. Superorder Palaeognathae and Neoegnathae. Palaeognathae as the name given, in which Palaeos means old and Gnathos meaning jaw and Neoegnathae meaning new jaw birds. Characteristics of Palaeognathae. Modern big sized birds, mostly flightless, walking or running birds. Wings are reduced but vestigial or absent and feathers are devoid of interlocking mechanism. Rectrices absent or irregularly arranged. Pterylae are irregular, oil glands are absent except in Tinamous and kiwi. Skull is typically Palaeognathous, that is, vomer is large and broad and interpolated in between palatines. Skull sutures remain distinct for a long time. Quadrate articulates by a single head with skull. Sternal keel vestigial, absent or flat raft-like. Uncinate processes are vestigial or absent. Teeth are absent. Tail vertebrae are free, where pygostyle, that is also known as tailbone, is small or absent. Coracoid and scapula are small and fused at an obtuse angle. Sternum devoid of keel or carina. Ilium and ischium not united posteriorly except rhea and emu. Pectoral muscles poorly developed. Syrinx is absent. Males have a large and erectile penis while females have a clitoris. Young ones are precocious. The distribution is restricted since they are flightless. Palaeognathae is further classified into 7 orders, namely Struthioniformes, Rhiformes, Casuariformes, Pterigiformes, Diornithiformes, Epeironythiformes and Tinamiformes. Order 1. Struthioniformes. Struthio meaning ostrich like form. Legs strongly developed, each with 2 toes, third and fourth only with stunted nails. They are large flightless terrestrial birds. Head, neck and leg sparsely feathered and feathers are without aftershaft. Head is comparatively small and neck is very long and flexible. The beak is short and broad. Sternum is without keel. Pubic symphysis is present. No pygostyle. Example is ostrich. Order 2. Rhiformes. Flightless terrestrial and swift running birds. Head, neck and thighs are feathered and feathers are without aftershaft. Wings are better developed. Legs bear 3 toes with heavy and typical claws. Sternum without keel. Ischia forms a ventral symphysis. Examples: American ostrich. Order 3, Casuariiformes. These are also large flightless terrestrial birds. Head bears a comb-like structure while forelimbs are greatly reduced. Head is sparsely feathered while neck and body densely feathered, and feathers are with aftershaft nearly equal to the shaft. Wings small or rudimentary. 3 toes with typical claws on each foot. Sternum without keel. Examples: emu and cassowaries. Order 4, Pterigiformes. Flightless terrestrial birds. Feathers fluffy, hair-like, without aftershafts, and are simple, hair-like or bristle-like. Wings are rudimentary or degenerate. The beak is long and slender with the nostrils at the tip of the maxilla. The eyes are small. The neck and legs are comparatively short, and the leg bears 4 toes. Sternum without keel. Eggs are relatively largest of all living birds. Nocturnal, feeding on worms and insects. Example: kiwi. Order 5, Diornithiformes. Giant flightless terrestrial birds became extinct nearly 700 years ago. Feathers with large aftershaft, wings are almost absent, and beaks are really very short. Legs were massive, bearing 4 toes. Sternum reduced and without keel. Pectoral girdle is completely absent. Example: moas, which are extinct. Order 6, Epeironithiformes. Flightless terrestrial extinct elephant birds. Wings vestigial or tiny. Legs powerful with 4 toes. Sternum short, broad and without keel. Eggs are surprisingly large. Examples: Epeironus, which is also extinct, also called as giant elephant birds of Madagascar. Order 7, Tenamiformes. Small terrestrial, essentially cursorial, that is great runners but with poor power of flight. Wings are short and rounded. Sternum is keeled. Tail feathers and pygostyle are reduced. Eggs are remarkable with high glossy shells, typically vegetarian birds. Examples: Tenamis rhynchotis. Now, characteristics of Neoegnathae. Most modern, and they are usually small sized and flying birds. The wings are well developed with the feathers having interlocking mechanism. Rectrices are present and are arranged regularly. Pterylae are regular and oil glands are also present. Skull is typically Neoegnatha's type, in which vomer is short and allows the palatines to meet. Sutures in the skull disappear very early and quadrate is double-headed. Teeth are entirely absent. Pygostyle is present. Uncinate processes are present. Sternum is present with a well-developed keel. Scapula and coracoids meet each other at right angle or acute angle. Clavicles are always well developed. Ilium and ischium are united posteriorly. Forelimbs with metacarpals are joined and fingers included in the wings. The pectoral muscles are kept large for flight. Males have no copulatory organ and juveniles are altricious. Omnipresent and their distribution are all around the world. It comprises of 6 groups, namely arboreal, terrestrial, swimming, shore, prey and aerial birds. Each group has its own orders, totally making Neoegnathae a rich combination of 19 orders. Group A, that is arboreal birds. This is a group of birds who spend most of their lives in and around the trees and shrubs. That is why they are called as arboreal birds. Order 1, Passeriformes. As the name suggests, passer meaning sparrow form. Toes 3 in front, 1 behind, adapted for perching. Beaks and feet are adapted for cutting in accordance to the habitat. It is the largest of all the bird orders. It includes almost half of the known species. Examples: common house sparrow, common house crow, Indian jungle crow, common myna, bank myna, Indian robin, black drongo, magpie, larks, etc. Order 2, Pisiformes. Picus meaning woodpecker-like form. Tail feathers are stiff and pointed tips. Beaks are stout and owl-like. Protrusible tongue is roughened or with barbs at the tip. 2 toes are in the front and 2 toes behind and are not reversible. Examples: yellow front-pied woodpecker, golden-backed woodpecker, toucan, sapsuckers, etc. Order 3, Columbiformes. Columba meaning dove-like form. Skin is soft and thick. Tarsus usually shorter than the toes. Crop large, producing pigeon milk to feed the young ones. Graminivorous and frugivorous. Examples: this order includes all the doves and pigeons like blue rock pigeon, green pigeon, crown pigeon, passenger pigeon, ringed turtle dove, spotted dove, extinct dodo and solitaire. Order 4, Psittaciformes. Psittacus means parrot-like form. Feathers are blue, green, red or yellow. Beak is stout, narrow and sharp-edged and hooked at the tip. Upper jaw is movable, articulated with the skull. Feet zygodactylous, that is 2 toes in the front, 2 toes behind. Outer toe is not reversible. Examples are large Indian parakeet, green parrot, budgerigar, cockatoos, macaws, lovebirds, etc. Now talking about the group B, that is terrestrial birds. These birds, though perfectly being able to fly, spend most of their time walking or running on the ground. As a result, they are classified here as terrestrial birds. Order 5, Galliformes. Gallus means a cock-like form. They are giant game birds, notable for their palatability. Their beak is short and feathers are with aftershaft. They are for the same reason have high, giant scratching feet. They have short yet powerful flight, largely graminivorous in diet. Examples: red jungle fowl, peafowl, quail, grey partridge, pheasants, etc. Order 6, Cuculiformes. Toes 2 in front, 2 behind, out hind toe reversible. Feet not adapted for grasping, tail long and beak moderate. Many cuckoos at time are parasitic and the females lay eggs in the nests of other birds, especially crows. Examples: cuckoo, quail, crow pheasant. Group C, swimming and diving birds. This group of birds is rightly called as swimming and diving birds because it includes a variety of birds that swim up to a great extent of water in search of food and for recreation purposes. They are excellent swimmers and dive at a great speed and accuracy, though the preying is very difficult due to the refraction process created due to water. Order 7, Anseriformes. They are goose-like form. They are aquatic birds. Their beak or bill is broad and covered with soft cornified epidermis. Margins of the beak containing many transverse horny ridges, tongue is fleshy, legs short and feet are webbed. Tail is usually short and consisting of many feathers. Examples: wild duck, common teal, swan, etc. Order 8. Coraciforms. Corax meaning crow or raven like forms. The beak is very strong. Third and fourth toes fused at the base. It includes kingfishers and their allies. Examples: white breasted kingfisher, pied kingfisher, great hornbill, hoopie, etc. Order 9. Galliformes. Gavia meaning sea mew like form. It includes marine birds. Legs are short and at the end of the body. Tail comprises of 18 to 20 short stiff feathers. Toes are fully webbed and patella is reduced. These birds are powerful in flight. It is represented by only 4 species. Example: Gavia. Order 10. Podocipediforms or colymbiforms. Colymbos meaning diving birds and they are freshwater divers. Legs are placed far back on the body. Feet are lobed. Tail comprises a tuft of down feathers. Patella is large and tarsus is compressed. They are called as diving birds because of their habits. Example: grebes. Order 11. Procellariforms. Procella meaning a tempest like form. These are the birds with the tube nose and horny sheath of bill consisting of several plates. Skull with large nasal glands. Hind toe is vestigial or absent. They also possess long and narrow oily wings. Strictly marine and nests usually on islands. Examples: albatrosses, petrels, shearwaters, etc. Order 12. Pelecaniforms. Pelecanus means the pelican like form. They are aquatic, fish eating and colonial nesters. Nostrils are vestigial and absent. Presence of gular pouch on the throat. 4 toes, web feet. Beaks are long and wide, gaps for catching and swallowing the struggling prey. It also includes darters and such other birds in the pelican series. Examples: pelican, little cormorant, Indian darter, etc. Now talking about group D, that are shorebirds or wading birds. These are the aquatic birds that hardly swim or dive. They don't go up to a greater extent in the water the way swimming and diving birds do. That is why they are rightly called as shorebirds. Order 13. Charadriforms. These are considered as a genus of plovers. This order includes rather a diverse group of water frequenting shorebirds. The shorebirds are characterized by their long wading legs, webbed toes and mud probing beaks. Feathers are dense and firm. Examples: red-wetted lapwing, pheasant-tailed jackdaw, sandpiper, gull, curlew, etc. Order 14. Ciconiforms. It includes the long-necked and long-legged birds. The feathers are decorative. They are marshy wading birds. Beaks are abruptly decurved at middle in flamingos. Long snake-like neck and javelin or pincer-like beak for piercing their aquatic prey. Toes are without web. Young ones are born naked. Food comprises of fishes and other aquatic animals. Examples: cattle egret, heron, night heron, spoonbill, stork and flamingo. Order 15. Gruiforms. This order includes crane-like wading birds. Small, medium and large sized birds. These birds can be flightless, weak flyers or strong flyers. Feathers are with aftershaft. Legs are long and beaks are heavy and feet are partially webbed. Examples: crane, common coot, sarus crane, bustard, etc. Group E, that is the birds of prey. Order 16, falconiforms. They are the diurnal birds of prey with sharp hooked beak. Its mandibles are also sharp. They also have strong curved claws adapted for grasping and holding the prey. They are strong flyers. Examples: vultures, kites, hawks, falcons, etc. Order 17, strigiforms. It includes owls, which are nocturnal birds of prey. Head rounded and large. Eyes are large and directed forward, each in a disc of radial feathers. Retina contains principally the rods. Ear opening large and often with flap-like cover. Beak is short and feet with sharp claws adapted for grasping. Nocturnal and predators. Examples are great horned owl, brownfish owl, etc. Group F, that includes aerial birds. These are the birds which are mostly on wings and have weak or vestigial perching feet. Order 18, micropodiforms or apodiforms. Apos meaning footless, so classified under apodiforms. Usually small birds, legs are very short and feet are very small. Wings pointed. Beak is small and weak and slender with long tubular tongue. Examples: swift and hummingbirds. Order 19, caprimulgiforms. Caprimulgus means goatsucker. It includes shy, nocturnal, insectivorous birds. Beak is small and delicate. Mouth is wide margined with long bristle-like sensory feathers. Feathers are soft and lax. Legs and feet small and weak, not adapted for grasping. Nocturnal and insectivorous. Examples: nighthawks, whippoorwills, goatsuckers, etc. Friends, today we have learned the classification of Palaeognathae and Neoegnathae. Palaeognathae has 7 orders of birds which are mostly flightless, while Neoegnathae, that is new jaw birds, having 19 orders with the power of flight, because of which they are omnipresent and distributed all around the world, out of which Passeriformes occupies the highest number amongst Neoegnathae and all the other orders of aves. Friends, so I hope you have enjoyed the classification and understood it of Palaeognathae and Neoegnathae. Thank you.